story which pertains to imposter syndrome. So this was a long time ago, maybe 2019 or 2018. And I was at a woodworking show in Toronto at this huge conference center with a friend of mine. We were both working for Canadian Home and Renovation Team in Waterloo, Ontario. And we're walking through this show, there's all the vendors with new tools and things like that. And we saw somebody, and a man went down, and he was on the ground. There's people around him, and they looked very preoccupied. And nobody was really taking charge. So I stepped over and I said, "Hey, I'm a firefighter. Can I help you?" And they said, yes, please. And the man, he had fallen down. He was incontinent. He was having some kind of trouble for sure. So I started assessing him and asking him some questions. And then one of the people standing nearby, which I think was his wife, asked my friend, "So how long has he been a firefighter?" And I had gotten the call the day before offering me the job on a volunteer fire department. And I had training as a medical first responder, lots of experience dealing with that kind of thing. So, I was qualified enough to lend a hand, but it was very funny because, it's easier to say I'm a firefighter than it is to say, oh, I have training in this and this. And so that was maybe my first imposter syndrome. But, really, even after that, from the volunteer fire department went on to the full-time fire department, I didn't find imposter syndrome was that much of a problem, especially when you have a uniform. But then as a business owner, when you're dealing with imposter syndrome, all of a sudden you go and, okay, I'm a professional now. This is what I do. And people might question you, be like, oh, how long have you been doing this? Or, whatever doubts come up that you have to deal with. And you don't have the uniform there. And you don't have, in firefighting, it's a 200-year-old institution, and their reputation is on your shirt. So you get to borrow that confidence just from the institution. When you're out in business on your own, you don't have that. You only have yourself and your experiences to rely on. So that was a little harder. But the way I dealt with it in that situation of business ownership was looking back at my specific experience and saying, you know what, at 18 years old, I was doing this type of work. I was out on my own, contracting, doing jobs for people. So, I can justifiably say I have this many years of experience, depending wherever I was over the course of my career. And that's what definitely helped me, just looking back and identifying, I do have experience in this and this and this and this, and I've completed this and this and this project, and that does make me qualified. So I am the right person, and we should be closing this sale or moving forward with this project or whatever the deal is. So that's my advice on imposter syndrome.